Peace. It is the first Friday of 2021, and because it's Friday, you know what time it is. Free Game Friday. I am back, and I hope that this Free Game Friday finds you doing awesome. So, final agreement of the four is actually quite timely for the first Friday of 2021. And that agreement is do your best. And I know it's like, oh, new year, new me. I'm going to crush these goals. I'm going to set these lofty goals and I'm going to do all of this stuff and I'm going to do it perfectly. And that's a great way to burn yourself out and to get frustrated before you even really get started, because you get overwhelmed and it's like, oh my God, how am I supposed to do all of these things all of the time and do it perfectly and blah. And it's like, stop. So do your best. And that's all that's being asked of any of us is do your best according to what you have available to you in that moment for that day. So your best on a day when you've gotten sufficient sleep, you've eaten, you are around positive people, you have honored your commitments, you have eaten well, just all of these other things. It's a whole lot easier to be at a higher level of functioning and that be your best in that season versus the day that you bury someone that you love, or the day that a relationship ends, or the day that you are informed that you have a less than ideal diagnosis medically. That is a different level of functioning than the best day of your life. However, your best can be enough every day, and it is, but we put ourselves in these unrealistic paradigms where your best should be the same every day. And that isn't true, because as you learn, as you develop, as you grow, as you figure out what works for you and what works for whatever it is that maybe you're doing in your craft, if it's something that you really love doing, you should get better at it. So your best is never the end of a thing, it's just the beginning of a new possibility. So do your best. I'm going to do my best. And again, what my best looks like today, I'm not going to stress myself out about how it doesn't measure up to yesterday if the situation isn't the same as it was yesterday. I can only go by what I have available to me today and doing my best to be present, doing my best to really look at what is the objective here. Is it to be present with someone? Is it to offer a service to someone? Is it to just learn? And if I actually accomplished whatever the objective was and it was to the best of my ability, let that stand. Don't let other people beat you over the head with these unrealistic expectations of what is your best in that moment, because only you know that. Only you and the God that you serve know what your best is in any given moment. So, based on the other agreements, which number one was be impeccable with your word. So don't go against yourself. Don't sin against yourself by saying things that you don't mean, making commitments that you don't want to keep, doing all of that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Avoid that. So be impeccable with your word. Do your best with that. Yes, you've probably developed some patterns with people where you're a people pleaser. I know I am a former people pleaser here. And yeah, sometimes you find yourself saying yes to stuff that you probably shouldn't have said yes to. Well, do your best and go back and correct it. And tell them, yes, I know I typically do say yes, and I accidentally said yes this time, and that's not what I meant. But this is what I'm able to do instead. 2, don't take anything personally. Do your best with that. Sometimes I'm still in my feelings about stuff. And you know what? Just like I got in my feelings, I can get out. I do my best. Number 3, don't make assumptions. Again, do your best with that. If you have a propensity for jumping to conclusions, it's going to take you a while to get better at that. But that doesn't negate your responsibility to do your best. So, I hope that you found this useful. These are the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and I hope that this free game of doing your best And letting that stand is enough to help you make that next best step as we are now in 2021. It's been a pleasure chatting with you today. If you found this useful, feel free to share it. Comment below what you're doing your best on. I would love to hear that and to encourage you in that. And let's do this, all right? Peace.